Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and welcome back if you've practiced with me before. Today's class is a 60-minute intermediate Vinyasa flow class. It's part of the body focus series of classes, and this week we are focusing on the spine. And this class is all about building strength and creating postural freedom through your spine, increasing integrity through the whole length of your spine. And it's a full body class really, but with a particular emphasis on taking the spine through its full circumference range of motion. And all you'll need for practice is a blanket. If you are experiencing tension and ordinary tightness in your back, and you prefer something that is a little bit more gentle, I also have a 30-minute practice which is very accessible and includes some very gentle, intentional movement, and I'll leave the link in the description below. And if you are enjoying the classes and you'd like to support me creating and posting each week on YouTube, I'm on Patreon, and all the details are in the description below. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you enjoy. Namaste.
And begin your practice coming into your comfortable cross-legged seat. I encourage you to prop yourself on the edge of a folded blanket or a block so you can easily sit upright. Allow your pelvis to tilt forward and let your knees relax down. The angle of your pelvis will direct the spine's flow and comfort, so just find a steady position, honouring the curves of your spine so the crown of your head can float up and you create a natural space through your torso. Once you're situated, gently shutting down the eyes and settle in. Smooth the space between your eyebrows, the corners of your eyes, your jaw. Invite your shoulders to loosen and relax down. Legs and hips grow heavy. Take 5 to 8 deep breaths, inviting your inhales, your exhales to find balance, setting the tone and rhythm for your practice. Each in-breath, think about creating space through your spine, so you're widening the arc of your ribs, and on your exhales, softening and drawing in. Breathing a deep ribcage breath, engaging, stretching your diaphragm, generating more length and extension through your spine every inhale. Squeezing, emptying your lungs on purpose every exhale. So your diaphragm has such a significant impact on spinal mobility, so for a healthy spine, breathing well really counts. And taking 2 more smooth breaths. And at the end of your next exhale, lower your chin toward your chest, eyes to the back of your eyelids, and gently blink the eyes open. And take the fingertips down by your sides, sit tall. And on your inhale, raise your arms overhead, palms touch, eyes up. Exhale, take the hands through your heart center, interlace your fingers, turn your hands inside out, press the palms forward, round your spine, and then inhale, sweep your arms overhead. On an exhale, we'll take a twist to your left, right hand, left knee, left fingertips behind. 3 breaths, lifting tall through your low back on your inhale, revolving through your ribs on your exhale. Keeping your right hand on your knee, send your left arm up, overhead, turn your gaze down to your right shoulder, flare the left side ribs, breathe in deeply, and on your exhale, left hand to the floor next to your left hip, send the right arm up and overhead, side bend to your left. Ease off a little as you breathe in. Tip a little deeper as you breathe out. On your inhale, rise, come upright and release your hands by your sides. Again, inhale, arms overhead, press your palms. Exhale, hands lower, fingers interlace, palms press forward. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale and twist to your right. Left hand, right knee, set your right fingertips behind. 3 deep, full breath. It's bypassing any tendency to shorten your breath here. Feeling your breath three-dimensionally moving into the front, the back of your lungs. Keep your left hand on your right knee, send your right arm up and overhead, eyes down over your left shoulder. Breathe in deeply. Exhale, lateral stretch to your right. Right hand to the floor, left arm up and overhead. Breathing in and breathing out. On your inhale, come back to center and we'll make our way onto all fours. Spreading your palms and your fingers into the floor. We'll continue to breathe some space into your spine. From here, we're just going to go side to side, leaning out into the side ribs. Then start to include the whole spine, your shoulders, neck and head. So as your ribs bump out to one side, you can gaze over your opposite shoulder. And then now take a full circle, barrel roll your spine, ripple through the side, back, front of your spine. And circle back in the opposite direction, shearing off any tension or tightness through the torso. And then coming back to center, lean into your left hand, take your right hand to the back of your head. And on your inhale, aim your right elbow either out or up toward the ceiling. And on an exhale, curl in, tap your right elbow to your left elbow. Inhale, right elbow up. Again, tap elbow to elbow. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, open and extend your right arm up toward the ceiling now. And on an exhale, thread the needle, send your right arm under your left and come to rest down on your right shoulder, right side cheek. You're going to make some space for your breath, tent and walk your left fingertips away from your face, off your mat. And then make space to soften into your twist. And then walking your left hand back onto your mat, flatten your palm, and we'll reverse. Send the right arm high, and this time as you exhale, take your right hand to the small of your back, motion your buttocks back, rest in child's, left arm reaching forward. Take a deep breath in and out. Coming into half camel, support yourself with your right hand, gently raise the torso, lift the hips, press them forward, left arm reaches up, keep it mild, a full breath, and then release back onto all fours. Opposite side, right hand's your foundation, left hand to the back of your head. On your inhale, point your left elbow out or up. Exhale, curl in, tap left elbow to your right elbow. Inhale, left elbow up. Again, tap elbow to elbow. Once more, inhale, open. Exhale, curl in. Just mobilizing the shoulders. Inhale, open now and extend the left arm up toward the ceiling. And exhale, thread your left arm under your right and come to rest down in your tabletop twist. Your right fingertips content and walk off the mat. So you keep the collarbones, upper chest nice and broad. And then walk the fingertips in, flatten your right palm onto the mat. Inhale, send the left arm high. And then left hand to the small of your back, settling back toward child's pose with your right arm reaching forward. Take a full cycle of breath. Preparing for half camel. On your inhale, left hand supports your low back as you lift and open through the front of your body. Right arm reaches. Take a full breath. And release back onto all fours. We're going to come to kneel. Walk your hands back and bring your torso upright. From here, just reach your arms forward, turn your palms out and take your right or left palm on top. So you seal your hands together. On an inhale, raise your arms overhead. Same time, lift the hips. And just start to circle small through your ribs. Then expand your circle as you press your hands flush. Circle your hips, your spine, your shoulders. And roll it back the other way. And then release. Drop your buttocks to your heels. Walk your hands forward. Finding your extended child's pose. Grow out long through the sides of your body. Then just take the next few breaths to make your way into your first downward facing dog. And just keep breathing a nice big, large rib cage breath. And by maintaining your connection to your breath, you have a gauge for yourself if the breath is smooth and easy. You're working with integrity and harmony. If your breath sounds or feels disturbed, we've lost some of that integrity and it's a sign to back off. So just keeping that in mind as you flow. Feel free to pedal and stretch, move and sway. Take 2 more deep breaths. On your in-breath, eyes forward, light bend in the knees and take as many steps as you like to travel up, top of the mat. And just setting the feet up when you arrive, hips width apart, hang loose in a nice casual forward fold. Generous bend in the knees, catch opposite elbows. And if it feels good, take a sway side to side as you walk your torso gently down your thighs. So taking care in your folds today as you practice. Give yourself permission to bend your knees if you feel like your hamstrings prevent you from tilting the pelvis forward here. It'll be much kinder for your spine and it'll feel more easeful. And then release your hands to the floor, hang in ragdoll. Let the arms go floppy. Sip a slow breath in, slowly rise up. Come to stand. Arms reach overhead, press your palms. When you're ready, hands to your heart center. On an inhale, arms overhead. Shoulder width apart there, hold there. Then reach and extend your right arm even taller until your right foot can hover an inch from the floor, toes flexed. Then drop your left arm down Take a gentle side bend to your left. Keep your right foot hovering. Reach and extend through your right arm. Keep it hovering as you breathe in. Come back to center. Set the right foot down. Left side now. Grow a little longer through the left side waist. Reach and extend. Left arm a little higher. Float the left foot. And then drop your right hand down. Side bend to your right. On your inhale, keep the foot hovering, come back to center, then 2 feet down, eyes up, press your palms, and on an exhale, shoulder stretch, wind the hands behind the back, interlace your fingers, then bend the knees and forward fold. Take an extra cycle of breath. On your in-breath, release your hands to your shins, take a halfway lift, extending the spine, and on your exhale, step the right foot back for a low lunge, right knee to the floor. On your inhale, raise your arms, frame your ears, and just pause for a few breaths. Firm your right sit bone forward so you feel your right glutes stabilize your pelvis, and add a little height to your low back as you reach up. From here, left hand to your left thigh, reach your right arm up a little taller, just as we did. Firm the belly, and then side bend to your left. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, take your hands to the floor or come into a twist. Keep the back knee down, right hand stays flush, circle your left arm up toward the ceiling. Couple of breaths, and then we're going to cycle through another round, one movement, one breath. On your inhale, return to your low lunge, reach your arms, frame your ears. Exhale, side bend to your left, right arm up and over to your left. Inhale, return to center. Exhale and twist, right hand to the floor, left arm high. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor and stepping up, top of your mat. Open and fold with your breath. On your in-breath, rise tall, come to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Left side now, arms overhead, shoulder width apart. And then reach and stretch your left arm high. A little higher, float the left foot, keep the toes flexed. Side bend to your right. On your inhale, come back to center. Place the left foot down, then right arm reaches. Hover your right foot. And then side bend to your left. Balance here, coming back to center, then 2 feet down, eyes up, press your palms. Exhale, hands behind the back, shoulder stretch, interlace your fingers, bend the knees, forward fold. Stay for another cycle of breath. Hands to your shins, take a halfway lift. And exhale, step the left foot back, low lunge. Pause for a few breaths, get steady, reach your arms. And then on an exhale, right hand to your right thigh, send the left arm up and over to your right. And keep your left buttocks firm. Inhale, come back to center, arms overhead. Exhale and twist, left hand to the floor, right arm reaches up toward the ceiling. Gently leaning back into your twist as you keep your left arm strong like a post. We'll take one more round, glide with your breath. On an inhale, low lunge, arms reach high. Exhale, side bend, right hand to your thigh, left arm reaches up and over. Inhale, low lunge, arms straight. Exhale and twist, left hand to the floor, right arm circles up. Then hands to the floor, this time stepping back, downward facing dog. Take your deep breath into the ribs, into the chest. Exhale completely. We'll take a half flow now. Inhale, shift forward, high push up. Exhale, bend the knees, ripple back, downward facing dog. Again, breathe your way forward, plank pose. Exhale, soften the knees, float the hips high, downward facing dog. Take 3 full cycles of breath. Flare your ribs, your chest with your breath. Empty and hollow your belly as you breathe out. And on an inhale, looking forward, end of your exhale, travel lightly to the top of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, extend your sternum forward. Exhale, fold in. Breathe in, rise, come to stand. Pause there, hands to your heart center. Space your feet hips width apart. On an inhale, circle your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. As you lift up halfway, we'll twist. You're going to tense the right fingers in front of your right knee, bend the right knee, and on an inhale, twist to your left, send the left arm up toward the ceiling. Leaning back into your twist, and then we'll switch. Left fingertips down, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, right arm reaches up, and revolve to your right. We'll go one more each side, breath to movement. Keep extending long through your side waist. And then 2 hands to your shins, take a halfway lift. On your exhale, stepping back, plank pose and pause. Brace your belly, level your hips. Take the gaze lightly forward. Then raise your right leg a few inches from the floor, balance here. Stay strong. Tense your left fingers so you're just resting on the very fingertips. And you can either stay here on the fingertips or explore extending the left arm forward. Just here for a few beats, find your balance. And then land your hand, land your foot, hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, raise the right leg up and back, down dog splits. On an exhale, 1 time, core lunge in the air, knee to your nose, flex your spine. Inhale, extend, down dog splits. On your exhale, step up for a runner's lunge. Right foot to your hands. And then just stay on your fingertips here, pause. Flow a little forward. Rock a little back. And just regulate the pace of your breath, even and equal. Into the ribs, into the chest. Exhale, belly strong. And then rock your way back to center. Reach your right arm forward, just as we did in our side bends. You're going to reach it a little further. And then on an inhale, circle your right arm up toward the ceiling. And keep going as you send it back behind you. Drop your left knee to the floor, gaze back. And we're going to alternate between this twist and a hamstring stretch. On an exhale, semicircle your right arm forward, and as you go, work towards straightening your right leg, flex your toes. On your inhale, rebend your right knee, send your right arm up and behind. Exhale and flow forward. Straighten your right leg, feel the quads firm. Inhale, circle the right arm back. This time, bend your left knee and squeeze your left heel toward your buttocks. So you can either stay here or connect your left foot to your right hand. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Take 2 more cycles of breath. And then release. We mill your right hand to the floor and stepping back, downward facing dog. We'll take a flow on your inhale, high push-up. On your exhale, lower chaturanga all the way down to your belly. Keep it low and slow. Inhale, cobra, mild back bend, bhujangasana. Exhale, empty, roll back, downward facing dog. And from here, on your inhale, shift forward to your plank pose. Hold here, sprinkling in some gifts for your core. So good for lessening wear and tear on your spine. We'll do the opposite side. Raise your left leg a few inches from the mat. Firm your belly. Steady your gaze. And then tense your right fingers on your mat. Find center and balance, and perhaps add on. If you're feeling steady, right arm reaches forward. Keep breathing. And release. Downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Left side now on your inhale. Left leg up and back. Down dog splits. Exhale, one time core lunge in the air. Knee to nose. Dome your spine. Inhale, extend. Down dog splits. On your exhale, step up. Runner's lunge. Left foot to your hands. Take a moment to pause, to rock forward and back. And then make your way to center in your runner's lunge. Reach your left arm forward now. Reach a little further, and on an inhale, left arm circles up and back. Drop your right knee to the mat. Gaze back. And then we'll flow. On your exhale, left arm comes forward. Work towards straightening your left leg. Gently bow in, flex your toes. Inhale, lunge forward, send the left arm back and behind. And then exhale and flow forward, straighten your left leg. Left arm circles back now, rebend the front knee. And then bend your right knee, squeeze your right heel toward your glutes. You can stay here or connect your right foot with your left hand. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Take 2 more breaths. And release. Windmill your left hand to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, flow forward, high push-up. We'll take a flow. Exhale, lower to your belly. On your inhale, cobra, lift from the back of your lungs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 smooth cycles of breath. Breathe deep and full. On your inhale here, look forward between your hands. Bend the knees, end of your exhale, step up, top of your mat. Inhale, Ardha, lift up halfway, flat, extended spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up, reach tall. Exhale, hands to prayer at your heart. Next breath in, come into chair pose, Utkatasana, motion your hips down and back, reach your arms, then just get steady and stable. Feel your heels into the mat. On your inhale, press your palms, exhale, hands lower and twist now to your left. We'll take 3 full breaths. And just breathe toward where you have space, toward the ribs, upper back. Then try and move the thumbs toward your sternum, straight arms, elbow to elbow. Take 1 more full breath. And then fold over your legs on your exhale. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back to your plank pose and pause. Raise your right leg on your in-breath. And here we're going to take a cross-legged lunge in the air. So right knee to your left elbow. Keep the lift of your knee, your abs strong. And then moving into right side Vashisthasana variation. Balance on your right hand. Spin your left heel down. Raise your left arm up toward the ceiling. Feel free to modify if you need to, another shape. Let's get nice and stable, and here we're strengthening the muscles involved in all our lateral flexion, our side bends, nice counter pose. Lifting up through the right side waist, take 1 more breath. And release back to plank, and then send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, raise your right leg up and back. Exhale, step up, high lunge. Take the right and left lanes up with your feet, and then just pause for a few breaths when you arrive, arms high. Find some comfort and integrity in your shape. Same actions as your low lunge, so there's a firming of your left buttocks, a scissoring of your feet toward one another, and a feeling of balance through your pelvis. Press your hands to prayer, lower the hands to the center of your chest. Now just make contact with your breath. Breathe in deeply into the ribs, into your chest. Exhale on purpose, bracing your abs. Again, breathe in. Exhale completely. We're going to hold this engagement. Move into your warrior 3. So you're going to balance here, floating the left leg. We're here for a few breaths. Keep making space for your breath. Moving now through single leg mountain, left knee lifts as you stand upright, and then into a standing hip groin stretch. So reset if you need to, make a shelf with the right leg, place your left ankle to your right knee, flex your toes to really engage, and then sit a little lower if it's available. Just notice if you can bring the front of your shoulders back and open the chest a little bit more. On your inhale, left knee to chest, single leg mountain, and then step your left foot back to set up for pyramid pose. So just land, ground, settle your feet into the mat. And with your hands on your hips, level your hips so your right hip doesn't feel like it's winning a race there. Then take your hands behind your back, hold opposite elbows or forearms. And as you do, use the brace of your hands to move the front of your shoulders back in space. Inhale here, lengthen through the front of your spine. Exhale and fold down, unwrinkled, open. And checking in with your feet, just notice if you can feel more stable if you stomp your right big toe into the mat. Then firm the legs in toward your midline. Feel the shape of your shoulders and merge the shoulder blades a little closer. Think up dog in your upper back. Take one more breath. And then undo your arms, hands to the floor, a little bend in the front knee. We'll step up, top of the mat. Open up halfway with your in-breath. Fold and release with your out-breath. Next breath in, come into your chair pose. Knees bend, arms rise. Stay and sink a little deeper. You're trying to lift the sit bones toward your pelvis. Sit down a little lower, take a deep breath in, press your palms. Exhale and twist to your right now. Take 3 full breaths. So you're aiming to revolve from your core and your rib cage, incorporating that breath pattern we've established. And the shoulders just really follow the leader here rather than leading your movement. On your exhale, fold now over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step back to plank and pause. Another gift for your core on the left. Raise your left leg on your in-breath. Take a cross-legged lunge on your out-breath. Left knee, right elbow. Keep your knee hugging in and up. Moving into left side, Vashisthasana, balance on your left hand. Spin your right heel so it grounds. Raise your right arm up toward the ceiling. Modify here if you need to. Keep breathing. Left side waist strongly engaged. And release. Back to your plank. Hips up and back. Downward facing dog. On your inhale, raise your left leg up and back. Exhale, step up, high lunge. And as you steady yourself, try and prioritize a feeling of levity through the low back rather than a sensation of back bending. So you're creating integrity around your middle, around your center of gravity. And you might find a little bend in the back knee or a deliberate out breath gives you more support but also a little bit more extension there in the low back. You're going to press your palms, take the hands to your heart center. And now with the lower center of gravity, a little bit more balance, can you find your full circumference breath into the ribs, into the chest. Empty, embrace the belly. Take another breath just like that. Preparing to balance. As you feel yourself breathe out, warrior 3. When you're ready, float the right leg. We're here for a few breaths. Coming up, single leg mountain, right knee in toward your chest, stand, bring yourself upright. And then move into your hip groin stretch, bending your knees, right ankle to your left knee. Help it along if you need to. And you might like to take your left hand to your foot, right hand to your right knee, just to give yourself something to lean into, push into and resist with for balance. And then on an inhale, right knee to chest, single leg mountain. And then as gracefully as you can, step your right foot back. Transition into pyramid pose. Hands to your hip points. Draw your left hip back in space. And your right hip forward. Find balance, steady and stable. From your feet through your legs, arrange your arms. Holding either onto your forearms or elbows behind your back. Breathing in, open your chest, 2 straight legs, firm legs. Breathing out and forward fold. Just slightly aiming your belly button toward the midline of your left thigh. And this shape really offers a stretch through the hamstrings and the calves. You can feel that, but try not to miss the opportunity to extend through your spine, front and back, and the side waist, and the back of the neck. So try and prioritize this over a deep forward fold and rounding your spine. So you've got comfort, length, integrity. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And hands to the floor, Vinyasa, or step quietly back to your downward facing dog. Taking a back bend of your choice, just slowing your pace, slow motion. We've got our final standing sequence now before we land lower to the floor. Stay with me. On your inhale, way forward to your high push-up and pause. From here, settle your forearms down to the mat into a forearm plank. So you can modify here with your knees on the floor, but do make sure that your forearms, your hands and your thumbs are shoulder width apart. Just here for 5 rounds of breath. Gather all 4 sides of your waist in, contain your center, then let your legs and shoulders share the effort. No effort in your jaw, just unhinge it there. Now raise your buttocks, come into dolphin pose. To transition, just raise the hips, walk the feet in a little closer. And then bend your knees, look forward, spring forward to your plank pose, straighten your arms. And then lower all the way down onto your belly. We'll set up for Locust pose. And we'll flow a little here. Take your arms alongside your body, palms face down, and as you feel yourself breathe in, lift your chest, your thighs, your arms, and then exhale, melt down to the floor. On your inhale, lift, expand, exhale, lower. Last one here, we're going to lift and hold. Strengthening, toning the muscles either side of your spine. You can stay here or interlace your fingers behind your back. Draw the inner seams of your legs together. Take 1 more breath and release. Pressing back now through child's pose. You can linger here for a few breaths if you need a breather. Back bends always quicken your breath. And then when you're ready, make your way back to downward facing dog, no rush. From here, raise your right leg up and back, down dog splits. Exhale this time, step up warrior 2. You're going to rise on your inhale and settle in on your exhale. Linger here for a few breaths. From here, just roll your chin around the front of your chest, look back at your left arm, and as you see your left arm, firm and reach it a little bit more. Now do the same with your left leg, weave the outer left heel into your mat so you're firm and strong, then take the gaze forward again, firm and reach your right arm, and lunge a little deeper. So just feeling that balance of effort, same quality of tone throughout your whole body. Now as you're breathing, can you extend a little taller through your spine? And with every exhale, just feel this firm rootedness that allows the structure of your body to hold steady. From here, coming into triangle, on your inhale, straighten your legs, hands to your hips, shorten your stance a step, and then on an exhale, shift your pelvis back away from your right leg as you reach forward and down. Trikonasana. Arms go wide. You can send the gaze down here, spot your front leg and your right arm and engage. So there's a real downward pressure. Then send the gaze up and create that same engagement. Firm your top arm, spread your fingers, firm your back leg. And with stability, notice if you can make space to soften a little. Maybe the right side ribs can lower down a little, create more length through the sides of your waist. Take one more breath. Exhale completely, left hand, left hip, half moon coming up, Ardha Chandrasana. Just floating your leg, give your limbs a bit of length and space. Stretch and reach actively. And then release hands to floor. Flow through your vinyasa, high to low, or step quietly back to downward facing dog, and we'll all meet up there. Take a moment to pedal and re-lengthen, reset, check in. And we're going to move over to our final side here. Raise your left leg up and back, down dog splits. Exhale, step up, warrior two on your left. Take a few moments to steady your posture, placing yourself so you feel open, grounded. And without looking now, just firm your posture, just as you did before. Both arms, both legs. And try and keep a buoyancy and levity through your spine. So you're lifting up, you can feel your ribs flare, collarbones widen, top of your inhale. Firm belly, glutes on your exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale, hands to the hips, straighten the legs, coming into triangle pose. Take a nice steady, calibrated breath with you. And an even quality of engagement through the legs and the arms. Take one more breath in. Exhale, firm your abdominals. Take your right hand to your right hip, transition into your half moon. Float the right leg. 5 steady breaths. And release, hands to the floor. One final flow here. Back bend of your choice. And downward facing dog. Well done. We're going to make our way to a seat now and onto our backs. Resting back, middle of your mat. So we're going to flow through a dynamic bridge now, 4 rounds, and progressively lengthening your out-breath. And the intention here is to land our bodies into a bit of a slower cadence, but also to stretch, lengthen and pressurize the diaphragm so we keep it strong and healthy and our lungs robust. So sitting up now, feet to the floor, arms alongside your body, and approach this more as a breathing sequence rather than accessing your deepest back bend. Certainly engage your back muscles, stabilize, but prioritize your breath. So first round, count of 4, we're going to take the arms overhead, raise the hips. And then on your exhale, count of 5 as you lower, arms come forward, buttocks lower to the floor. Second round, count of 4 as the arms go up and the hips lift. And then slow your exhale down, count of 6. 2 more rounds. Inhale, count of 4 as you lift. Exhale, count of 7. Last one. Inhale, count of 4, lift into your bridge, arms overhead. Exhale, count of 8. Slow motion. And when you land, when you're ready, tuck your knees in toward your chest. Give your low back a massage into the mat. And so we've moved our spine through its full range now, and we'll take a few folds of flexion through the spine to calm the nervous system now. Now that the back seam of your body is nice and warm, we've warmed up all those larger muscles. Just rolling out to your side now. Make your way into a comfortable seat, and we'll set up for Savasana. So you're going to send the right leg out long and out to your right, a little on a diagonal. And then a little bend in your right knee, flex your toes, then take your left foot toward the pelvis or the inner right leg. And then get situated nice and stable. Your buttocks on your inhale, raise your left arm up, turn to your right, and then exhale, left thumb turns down and go ahead, catch the outside of your right foot. Right hand can rest to the outer right leg there. Turn your chest to the right. Begin to straighten your right knee any amount. Then firm your tailbone to the mat and fold. And just see if you can target the left side of your lower back with your breath. And then release. Inhale, lift the chest. Release and cross your legs, right shin in front of your left shin. We'll take an easy forward fold in this direction. Fingertips can just be by your side or in front. You might like to take a little sway as you fold and nestle down toward the floor. And then walking your hands back. Switch sides, extend the left leg out long on a diagonal to your left. Right sole to your inner upper left thigh, or more toward your pelvis, more toward that right sit bone if you're a little bit more mobile in this direction. As you breathe in, reach your right arm high. Turn to your left, so you face your extended leg. Right thumb turns down. Forward bend and catch the outside of your left foot. So you can keep a little bend in that knee if that's your range. Otherwise, work towards straightening the left leg. As you breathe in, invite your chest to shadow out over the left thigh. And as you extend to the side, try and separate each rib from its neighbour with every in-breath. Then just softening, folding as you breathe out. And releasing, lift your chest. Cross your legs, left shin in front now. And when you're ready, just folding and softening forward. And then walking your hands back, grabbing any extra layers or props you may wish to have for final rest pose. Just taking a few minutes here to recline, stretch out in Savasana. Taking your heels wide, the back of your hands to the floor, and shuffling out any restlessness from your body. Settle in. Inviting your breath, body, and practice all begin to settle. And just remain here, simply feeling the nurturing effects of letting go. And I'll be back to guide you back. And gently, softly drift your awareness back, wriggling your fingers and your toes. Take a moment to notice how you feel here at the end of your practice. And bending your knees, feet to the floor, just swaying over to your right side. Inviting the eyes to open, dragging your way back up to sit. And I hope you've enjoyed this flow and you're able to stand a little taller, breathe a deeper breath as you step into the rest of your day. Thanks for joining. Namaste.